Yo, what's up, gamers? Back at it again with your boy, Willie Smalls. Well, good morning, good night, good afternoon. I screwed that up. This is all raw footage, so trust me, unfortunately, I've got like a whole bunch of stuff today, and could possibly edit this out, but I'm going to do it again. Good morning, good afternoon, good evening, and or good night. Welcome to the review of Dispatch, the bonus episode. I'm so glad for you guys to come here and check it out. Anyways, I had unfortunately redid some of the playthrough from episode 3 all the way back to 8. So things have been changed. Sorry. But, yeah, I kind of, let's put it this way. I never thought for one bit that Blonde Blazer was in any way, shape, or form a villain. I liked the idea, but never thought of it possible. I liked other people's theories. I sat back and just went, okay, that's cool. Just let's review. Let's take all that information and okay. And I still went with my gut. And I think what's best is to have that gut reaction and everything to record. I gotta be honest with you, I'm still wanting to get the merch. I'm going to get merch, okay? Addock, I'm going to get your merch, guy. Let me tell you something. Guys, before we get into the talking points of the review, I just woke up, so it literally took me like an hour or so just to kind of get in the funky groove here. But hey, check me out, my new Deadpool shirt full of freaking dog here. My doggo looks great. Talking about merch. No, we'll get off that topic because again, we're gonna go ahead and get into the nitty gritty. As far as exclusive merch here, I am going to be definitely doing something about that. I want to do something today with it. I still have shout out to Alana Pierce. I think you did such a great job with Malevola. That's been on my mind right now. As far as other YouTubers, shout out to them. Sean McLaughlin, Charlie. Sorry, I don't want to butcher your last name. But hey, dude, it's crazy. You're in Tampa. I'm in Central Florida. Bro, let's shoot some hoops sometime. I haven't done it in a long time, dude. But let me tell you something. One content creator to another, and let's just collab. Let's get it, man. It would be an honor to just finally reach out like this after a long time. And I've been trying to think about planning this for a while. Just legitimately when the launch of my channel 2 years ago has been a thing. First year was pretty rocky. Everybody knows that. I hardly had any of the resources after some setbacks. So I had to build up those assets and get my own funding. But enough about me. Let's get back to Dispatch. We can always get back to my past personal trauma dumping later. Who cares? Dispatch. Alright, so I'm going to go through the extras and I'm going to go through the choice stats. So again, I went through episode 3. I should have started on 4, but I screwed up because I was thinking, I can, I don't know why I thought of that. But I don't know. So episode 3's stats are a bit different than the ones that I have on the YouTube channel. I'm going to still count that as legit. So the first 3 episodes on my YouTube channel are legit, or at least episode 3. The other 2 I didn't touch when I restarted. Like I said, I accidentally chose episode 3 for some strange reason. I didn't start on 4 because I wanted to change the romance path back to Blonde Blazer. Because then I thought to myself, I said, well, if I play back and I choose this gives Robert a redemption of all the shittiest things that's happened to him. His father dying, his suit destroyed. I mean, this was like a saving grace. This was something for him to look forward to, right? Now that we know, I mean, in my initial first reaction was, I don't want to be a rebound guy. Like, I don't know what Haddock was thinking about the writing for that. Like, that's usually not how... No, it really is. And I've had that experience myself before. Being the rebound never works. And if it does, I mean, like, it's fantasy. Or the 1% of people that actually get it in life. That's it. Those are the only 2 reasons. 1% of the people. Or it's fantasy. Video games. I wanted to stay true and be real about it. So, that being said, go ahead and as I'm talking, I'm going to try to focus on also scrolling through all this. My first point is the quality of the game. Quality of the game is fantastic. It makes me feel like I am watching a Netflix show. Makes me feel like I'm watching Invincible. No Omni-Man required. I mean, sorry if you guys haven't even played this yet. I don't even know why I just dropped spoilers. Should have had a spoiler warning. Damn. Oh well. Anyways, that being said, the quality of the game is fantastic. The rating is still good. There is one particular thing about it that I will talk about a little down the line. As far as storytelling is great. The storytelling of it really goes from point A to point Z. It really does sometimes also circle back around, so that's fantastic enough. And let's see here. Cut the press conference short. Yes, I did. I'm not Commander Shepard. I'm not going to go ahead and beat up the press. I'm not the... I am most definitely not the renegade choice when it comes to that. So yeah, this is a little bit of a personal me choice. Cutting it short, I would just emotionally shut down because, again, there's so much trauma going through Robert's head that he has to walk away from the press. It seems right and it seems fair that it's just like, my guy, I'm done. Wow. Me and 54% players aced the tutorial shift. It was a tutorial shift. It was supposed to be the easiest thing. A lot of people, yeah, it was, I don't know. I think the concept and all that, everything came fluid and natural for me, that even my clutches that didn't go well, or some of the calls that didn't go well, I still did it out of my feeling or the preparation that I did for my heroes. Now, there is a reason for them to be leveled up to their own stats, because everybody has a different set of skills. Everybody needs to be different. Not everybody needs to be an all-around hero, because later in the game, it goes to punish you where certain calls do not require all of this in the graph. It only requires, it's like you only need intelligence and charisma, so it's like this, and then the strength's up here, and it has the X, and so it's like, make sure you don't pass it, or it fails automatically. It's very neat. Again, that's going back to quality of game. That's such a good planning, how it punishes you because what you did earlier in the game rather than later. Let's see here. Episode 2. forgot. I'm not watching a TV show. Oh my god. Like, you're just like, oh god, I forgot. Crap, I'm playing a video game. I'm not watching something. I love how that engagement, it's so good. You guys have done so good, and I hope you guys do a season 2. I hope I can romance Malevolent. I hope I can. Oh man, let me tell you something right now. I've had a huge crush on the actress too, to be honest. It's not every day that you see the actress of a character of a video game being hotter than the muscle mommy. Oh man. Yeah, I'm gonna openly admit that, man. I will publicly, openly admit that I have a huge crush on Ilana Pierce. No cap. So, and then this one here, this choice right here was a little too Like, they said it was a glitch, but they didn't realize that. They don't realize that us as gamers will engage in this no matter what, because we feel like that this was supposed to be scripted. This is a scripted event. This is supposed to happen. This was a little dive turn. It's still here. I mean, it's okay. It's not. I'm not bashing it or anything. There's nothing wrong with it. I just feel that I feel it's scripted. I don't even feel like it's supposed to be a stat. That's all. Relationship choices: Mandy and Courtney, Blonde Blazer and Invisigal. I chose Invisigal because it felt like the safer option, because it didn't feel like she was emotionally out of a relationship already, or she was emotionally like unavailable. So my instinct was to go for that. And of course I did openly admit that she does resemble Tracer from Overwatch, so that kind of gave me a familiarity in a sense, and it kind of gave me that that small passion of a fantasy to be like, you know what happens if Tracer wasn't on that team? I'm only going to say it that way because I'm not really for certain how other people feel about labeling and everything, so I'm only trying to be respectful as much as I can. This right here, this stat, you and 11 players send punch up and Coop. I thought it would have been a better way because, like I said before, I did watch episode 1 and 2 in the beginning before I started playing, because I first started watching Jacksepticeye. He was, for me, boom, on my algorithm. Watched it. I fell in love with it. I fell in love with his character, Punch Up. I really like it. I really like how his character, Punch Up, is very mature about later in the game, after you dump Coop, dump her. Or cut her. I did it again. Oh god, dumb. You cut her from the team. So my second playthrough, I know, and then this was crazy. This was nuts. Your most sent hero was Coop, but guess what? I ended up cutting her anyways. Like, wow, that's bad. And this was crazy, because these are not the original stats. I gotta go back to my video. I have to go back to my video and see who was my most sent hero. I don't want to say Malevola. I want to say it was someone else. It could have been Sonar. It could have been Golem. I don't remember. I don't remember. Oh my god. But for my second playthrough, I chose Mandy. I chose Blonde Blazer. Going back at it now, even if we can't romance Malevola for the second season, which I don't think that's going to be a thing, but if everybody has played through again and did what I did, where you don't romance Blazer, you cut Invisigal from the team points or brownie points with Blazer at the end. Anyways, no slip swap. That left us open. And if that's true, why did I just go through it all over again? Right? Like, no, this is good. This is good. This is the questions you have to ask yourself. Like, did I make the right choice? Even if I replayed the game, did I make the right choice? Well, that brings me on to my criticism. Well, not just yet, but I do have to say, beginning of episode 5, we'll get right to it real quick. I'll talk some more about Courtney right now. So her betrayal and everything it does stick deep to you sometimes, and so unfortunately that also kind of shuts you down emotionally. So through my initial first playthrough, it felt a little more organic for me because sometimes this is how people react to. And I still have most successful hero, Sonar, being sent for episode 4. Beginning, this is towards the end though. This is after the war fight. But in the beginning is the shower scene with Galen and Robert, and then Robert telling Mandy that, I'm Team Mandy. I prefer the brunettes and everything. So it kind of, because Robert really isn't like a super person. He's like I don't want to say dime store. He's the Temu version of Iron Man. Really is. So this is 81 players had told the Z team that you're a Mecha Man. Yeah, this is it. This is the scene right here. You and 60% of players had chose to go on a second date with Mandy. And then when Galen comes, he hooks his head up here, right here, and then he goes, "Oh, you're so lucky." I know. And 31% and me chose not to kill Shroud because what kind of message are we sending? I get in the beginning, in the initial thing, like your anger gets in, and you just, and then you got okay. I think everybody could relate to the scene when Deadpool and Wolverine, where Wolverine goes to Nova and says, "Every inch of you wants me to freaking kill you, but I can't because what I'm wearing right now represents or stands for everything that I represent. So I'm going to do this. This is for Charles." Takes off the helmet and everything. So even with somebody who had done such a bad thing because of a reaction, yes, you can get redeemed. Yes, everything can be different. But sometimes some people have a choice to do it even earlier on. So now this is all my criticism throughout this. The ending, gosh, I guess I could get to the ending literally when I get to the ending. News on Dispatch Season 2. I gotta be honest with you. I'm keeping my eyes open and peeled. They are in the works of talking and possibly getting it going, but 5. I thought that was funny. This is, like I said, now when we go from episode 3 and on, these are totally different stats. Absolutely, totally different stats. Again, this is another one here that I feel that... I'm sorry, I gotta take a look here. Okay, so that I feel that this was a scripted event because you are wanting to get the astral pulse back in. You are wanting to get back in the suit. Some people don't. Me, on the other hand, I'm like, no. My whole sole purpose when I started this, I need to finish what I started. Some people had chose to have the Z team take more charge than Robert. And it's like, no, why don't we have another what was it, the something brigade? I can't believe I'm forgetting this now. I remember the last part. It was something brigade. It might click back. It might not. I don't know. I feel bad for myself for that. Help Invisigal. Of course you're gonna help Invisigal. Oh, I'm not gonna let her die out there. Again, another scripted event. I didn't feel like there was any other bridged out storyline that was gonna make you do it. I don't understand it. 38 players danced with Blonde Blazer. Yep, I did that. I still did the superhero pose. The superhero pose, I mean, come on, you're a superhero. What other poses do you need to do? I don't get it. But it was funny to throw in what looked like a Fortnite wheel, emote wheel. Fortnite, please change your new season. I want it already gone. I don't like the new... I like the new season, but as far as the UI oh, okay, alright, we're not doing a review for Fortnite. But please change it. I hate it. Yeah, this time I actually failed to deal with the Vanco's delivery bots. My first playthrough, I aced it. I lost the mole people to the red ring. I didn't do it in my first playthrough. I chose Barbarian because I thought to myself, in my first initial playthrough, I wanted to choose Barbarian, but I chose a Bard instead, I think it was. And I'm like, why did I do that? Oh, I even knew, for the fact, I even knew that I had the stats for combat. And I still chose the Bard, not the Barbarian. So I still went through that and I got the Barbarian path. So it's 22% of players, including myself, to doing that for the faction. Most sent out. Now, after a long while, I had Malevola as my most sent out, but now it was just Sonar. Sonar and Golem are literally the GOAT, being sent out on a solo mission. As far as team-ups, they have Golem can go by himself because he can multiply. Sonar with Malevola, they're the best. I call them my Devil May Cry team, Devil May Care. I still agreed to cut Invisigal. It doesn't feel right to backpedal and backtrack on all this inspirational stuff that I've done and said to these people, and I would be such a hypocrite and a martyr for it. I did still forgive her after what's happened. I still did forgive her. It's not like I had any initial hate for her. It is what it is. It was what it was. You know, you did it to do this, and you explained yourself. You didn't. It'd be a little bit different if you did it out of absolute hate and trying to kill me. That's a different story. I leaned out because this is a different playthrough, so this is all. I still chose the Twinkies. I didn't assault the bartender this one. The reason why I assaulted the bartender the first time was because I didn't want to hear shit, and I just this game 100% to get Gollum to help Gollum. Yeah, there we go. Most sent on, I was going to say level 7. Episode 7. Level 7. Alright. So now here we come towards the last episode. And now I can definitely come through by saying, the ending. So no matter what you choose by saving this, I wouldn't say choose. It's like no matter what you did in your gameplay for saving the city and for not saving the city, that any other outcome like this here, after if you did denying the chance or not denying, cutting or not cutting Invisigal. So this denies me the chance to exact revenge or show mercy. So she now takes the mantle. Because now if we're going to make a season 2, if Haddock is going to make a season 2, Haddock is going to have a bad guy. So now they need to branch off like they did with, let's say, Mass Effect 2. Like all the different choices. Now they did do one specific main story path. But, like, let's say and I don't want to compare them to Baldur's Gate 3, but as far as, like, because the choices we make, there's different, like, villain paths for somebody. So maybe Phenomaman becomes Omni-Man, you know, if you didn't choose to if you still didn't choose to romance Invisigal, and you still don't cut her at the end, and Phenomaman becomes bad. Then again, you cut her, she becomes like that other branch comes off, and she becomes she takes the mantle. I don't know what she does. We did this because we wanted to still think that we could give her trust. In my beginning playthrough and all that, I didn't. I totally shut down from her, because even though that I forgave her and everything, I still distanced myself. Now that I've seen everything and done all this, I did my stats differently. I know I'm probably going round and round in circles to keep explaining myself. But I did find out, and I'm going to shout out to Slimy, his channel, because finding out through his playthrough that he didn't save the city. And so that branched off in my head to include this and spend another 3, 4, 5 minutes to explaining the branches that should be explained or should have been explored. Hopefully in Season 2 we will. Of course we fell for Blonde Blazer, bro. She's the GOAT. She legitimately, in the beginning, she legitimately saw something in you. Even when the recommendation of Chase. So the recommendation, she saw something, she was like, I'm not done saving you yet. I'm going to still help you. We all took that hook, line, and sinker from episode 1. And then in episode 2, the ending was like, you're dating somebody? Damn. I know you didn't have to lead on with that. You don't. But maybe on the, in the conference room would have been a good point to bring before I had to change into my SDN clothes. Like, oh yeah, by the way, you didn't kiss me, you kissed me, not me kiss you. And, there would have been a perfect opportunity to say, I have a boyfriend, right? But no, you have to think back to where she was already planning to be getting rid of Phenomaman. And she already saw that someone who's also a superhero who doesn't have powers, she could relate to. So that also sparked another idea in my head. I'm like, oh, she's thinking in the long run thing. So maybe I wasn't gonna be a rebound guy. Maybe she was like, you know what? We both have the same similarity where we're both normies without superpowers, right? Except for the items, a suit, an amulet, that can give us those powers, that can give us that to help people. That makes so much perfect sense. See how I did see how I just went all the way around? And this is why I'm going to give you my first ever recommendation, watching Fairy Tail. I love Mizumoto. I'm going to butcher that name too because it's been a while since I ever gave anyone. Hiro, his first name is Hiro. Anyways, just go and check it out. I'm screwing it up bad. I'm sorry, but I'm not good with names. But I am fantastic for faces. So don't let me catch you seeing your face. You see this face, but no, your face. All in all, this game, overall rating from 1 to 10, I give it a 9 out of 10. I did share my criticisms, so I'm not going to go rolling right back around that again. I did save the city. I rescue Sonar over Waterboy. Yeah. Duh. That boy a powerhouse. I love Waterboy. I love giving people chances. I love the kid, but it's like, we'll save you right after. We're going to get Bad Boy. 70% of us welcome Coop back to the team. That's going to be really cool for Season 2. I really love to see that. Yeah, so this is all new. Went on the coffee run. I chose Flambe to do that. I should have just said no. Nobody needs a coffee run. We're in the middle of a disaster. So that, and then the community that has small fire and whatnot, should have been, like, not my priority. I still did the community thing. Like I said, no, thank you, we're not doing that. But I still did the coffee run. I don't understand that. I'm most sent out for Prism. That's what's up. She's also pretty cool. I like her. Perform better than 90. Yeah, but duh. I mean, everybody has that. Almost everyone. But most sent out. Barely succeeded on a call twice. Yeah, that was absolutely nuts. So I got the true hero instead of the everyday man, which was my first initial title for Robert. But I got this one now, the true hero. Always try to do the right thing at the right time. Yeah, I'm gonna give this thing a 9 out of 10. Absolutely amazing. Most successful will level up. Yes. I'm probably gonna look back on this video and future me is gonna be like, why did you publicly do that, my man? Strongest hero was Golem. Betcha. Absolutely. So it has my approval and it has my full support. This is absolutely amazing. It's just way too good of a game. What else can I say other than everything I just wanted to pretty much brush up on everything else? These are... Let's see. Oh, let me go back one more just real quick. Sent perfect hero across 9 times across all shifts. You barely succeeded on calls 6 times across all shifts, and that's just an overall rating. So they give you an overall rating. Activating powers, I did 137 times overall. So yeah, this is absolutely amazing. And guys, I gotta be honest, I hope we can do some more in the future, and I might want to do some more recording in the future. But this is December 2nd, and this will be being dropped some other recordings will not be dropping anything until the new year, so please keep a lookout for that. Please. It'll probably be around the first week too of the new year, if anything. I'll be really busy doing stuff like that, but I want to have, for the next 2 weeks, I'm going to be doing my last bid up for my weekend streams, and after that I'm taking a holiday. I've got family coming in literally somewhere around the second week here of December, so other than that I will probably be doing a lot less for the second weekend, because again, I need a break. I've been working too hard all around. But hey guys, as always, just remember, where there's a will, there's always a way. And I'll be seeing you